स्वामिन् नमस्ते नतलोकबन्धो कारुण्यसिन्धो पतितं भवाब्धौ मामुद्धरात्मीयकटाक्षदृष्ट्या ऋज्व्यातिकारुण्य सुधाभिवृष्ट्या स्वामिन्नमस्ते 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 नित्याय सत्याय चिदात्मकाय नव्याय भव्याय परात्पराय शुद्धाय बुद्धाय निरञ्जनाय नमोऽस्तु नित्यं गुरुशेखराय नमोऽस्तु नित्यं गुरुशेखराय. जय गुरु, जय गुरु, जय गुरु. So, whatever we discussed yesterday, after that, today Pujya Swamiji, I think, gave a very good exposure to what is mind, what is our inner self, and how we can remain stable. What is stability of mind? Now, the question is that in spite of hearing, in spite of knowing, in spite of having a feeling that I must have a stable mind and I should not get affected or afflicted by whatever happens around me, we cannot do it. We just become a victim of our own mind's restlessness and own mind's indecisions, confusions, and whatnot. So, why it is so? This lack of contentment, the contentment that I spoke of, and today Swamiji told about the stable-mindedness. Why is it happening? It is only because you have to find out the reason. See, this path actually is very much, as Swamiji was also saying, that we have to reflect, ruminate, and understand what is the point that you should work upon. So why is this discontentment taking place? Why is it that a mind is not becoming restless? If you go into it, you will find it is only because of likes and dislikes, preferences, desires, expectations. Desires and expectations, that is the main thing. Yesterday also I spoke about it. Now some of you have asked a question that should we not expect? Yes, expectation should be there. But you have to see whether you are getting clung to it. That alone is remaining in the mind as a constant thought, a brooding thought, a negative thought. All that has to be removed from the mind. Now, this is the nature of the mind, to have likes and dislikes, to have expectation, to have desires. So how to transcend all these things? What force is there by which we can transcend? We are understanding that we have to transcend. We feel at many a time that, I just want to be free. Will I not have a free mind? When I'm always walking about with a burden in the mind. What is a burden? Nothing actually. Some thoughts are coming and disturbing us. It may be negative thought, it may be positive thought, even positive thoughts. Say very good thoughts or very loving thoughts. We get bound by that also. We'll be constantly thinking about that and not able to do other things. So, how to make the mind free, light, but still energetic, fervent, still having the enthusiasm to go forward and do any activity that comes in life. What is the goal in life? What is our goal? We don't know what is our goal. See, we think that this life is generally, we get born, we get educated, then a job is taken, maybe one get married, children are born, you raise the children. By that time, you make a house, you buy, you have more and more comfort, you earn more and more money. Always the focus is to earn more and more money. And what? With that money, we try to become more and more comfortable and stay in luxury. Also, we want to see that we keep something for the children so that the children also do not suffer in life. So this is the goal of life. Having done this, one becomes old, then at one time the body falls. If all these things have been achieved, people say, oh, he has lived a very good life. Very good life. He has 4 houses, he has got 2 children, so each will get 2 flats and so much money in the bank. So he has lived a very good life. His career was good. He had a little recognition, and even the neighbors and relatives, everybody loved him. So very good life he has lived. But is that so? While the life is led, did he not have disappointments? Did he not have unhappiness, misery, afflictions, difficulties in life, confusions? He had. And everybody has it. So the goal of life cannot be only material. We must know how to live this life, not being bound by it, not being, possessed by it. We have to know how we can live in this life with a free mind, doing all our duties, taking up all the responsibilities that we have to. We cannot shun those. But still, can we live a life where the mind is brilliant, radiant, and is free? So that is the goal of life. Only very few start thinking like this. Many of the people will live this common, ordinary life where material gain becomes the focus. But some start thinking, is this the life? What is this life? Why is it that I am always having so much load in my mind, anxiety, fear, tension? Right from the morning when I get up with some worry, some tension, something. I always feel while doing one work, I will be thinking of next 10 work that I have to do, so that my concentration is not in this work. And what is this life then? How can I get rid of this? And still having everything in life, sometimes the mind feels there is a vacuum. I'm not fulfilled. As if something else has to be gained to make me happy. Happy moments come and go. Happy moments come and go. And Swamiji explained to you very well. But the fact is that we are victims of those traits of the mind. In spite of having everything in life, still we feel that I'm not fulfilled. There is some vacuum. There is something to be had. What is that? What is that? Such people who start thinking like that, they are very rare and very blessed. Because they have started thinking, what is the cause of this birth? What is this life itself? Can I be free but still doing my activity with full heart and mind? So, these people, they start thinking, they are very blessed. In all our shastras, our scriptures, it's said that some people who are blessed like this, they understand by doing activity nothing is gained. You may have millions of dollars in your bank, but will you be fearless? No. You cannot buy fearlessness writing a check, making a draft. You may have many, many billions, but still your mind will be under fear. So where to get fearlessness? Where to get unaffectedness? This cannot be bought. This cannot be inherited. But we want to be fearless in life. All our problem, all our worry and tension and anxiety is because we are fearful of something. That maybe I will commented upon, maybe I will not get a promotion, maybe my child will not do well in the exams, or maybe I will not pass this exam. Always we are under fear. Everything in life, whether it gives an immediate pleasure also. Everything is laden with fear. See, if you have lot of wealth, there is a fear. Suppose I get a disease and I am not able to enjoy these things. Or somebody very near and dear in the family is suddenly gets sick, critically sick. You won't be able to enjoy anything at that time. And if you are belonging to a very good family, there is always a fear that maybe or suppose the children bring bad name to the family. If you have lot of riches, always there is a fear of thieves and dacoits coming to the house, robbing you. Or those who have lot of riches, they are afraid of the income tax people. So fear is there. Then, if you have lot of values and virtues, there is a fear that whether somebody will vilify you. If you have beauty and youthfulness, there is always a fear of becoming old. A one grey hair in the head or a little wrinkle in the face will take away your sleep. And ultimately it is a fear of death, either one's own or the fear of death of the near and dear ones. We do not know who will drop when. So, fear is there everywhere. If you look minutely and analyze, you will find all the sukhas that we have, the happiness that we have. It gives us pleasure, no doubt, but all are short-lived. So, is there any long-lasting happiness? These rare people, they start thinking, is there any long-lasting happiness in life? You know, I was telling you yesterday that I stepped into this path at a young age. I finished my MSc, then I was doing work for my PhD. I don't know from where there came this thought. What is this life? The life seems to be very transitory. No happiness remains. Today if I am happy, that doesn't remain. Maybe we have got together some friends and we ate together, we discuss very good things, but it is over. Then there comes then again you will start thinking when we will meet and what we will do. So no happiness is staying. So life is transitory. Suddenly that thought came, though it is known to everybody, but it came with lot of impact. Then I started thinking, I'm doing research. Suppose my research work gets recognized very well. Will I be happy? Maybe I'll be happy for some time. But there will always be a fear, will somebody else do a better work in this field and I'll become the second one. Then I thought, suppose I have lot of riches, I get a very good job, lot of comfort, luxury, will I be happy? I found that no. I will not be permanently happy. All the happiness will be only short-lived. My heart cried out that I'll have only short-lived happiness. And so the quest became, is there anything permanent in this life? Who will tell me? How will I know? And if there is somebody, how will I find him? How will he tell me? Even if told, will I assimilate it and can I pursue it? It became so heavy on my heart that I started feeling a load and started weeping at night without letting anybody know. How old was I? 21 years. I think by grace of God, I met Swamiji's Guru. Not met actually, I heard about him. I got his address. So, I wrote to him. Yesterday, what did I say? Human birth, yearning for liberation, and then third is the close association with a saintly person. I did not know this sloka. This is a sloka from Vivekacūḍāmaṇi. I did not know this, that these three are very rare. But it happened. Later I understood. So when I got his address, he was very old. I wrote a letter to him. I grew up in Delhi and he was in Calcutta. So there I could not go and meet him. So I wrote a letter. This is my condition. Do please advise what I should do. He wrote back that this kind of feeling is very rare, especially rare for youngsters. But now that you have it, you are fortunate. You are a student now, you pursue your studies and finish it. Everything in spirituality, if you want to know, you will know in due course of time. Don't be worried about that. Now you pursue whatever is your responsibility now to finish your studies. But I did not stop at that. I started my contact with him, started writing. What was I writing? Very simple things. My mind becomes very agitated with these things. I'm not able to keep my mind controlled. So what should I do? So he started replying. He was old, as I said. So very few lines he will write. And he would guide me in that manner. I said, what? Close association with a saintly person. Who is a saintly person, you know? He must have some qualities. What are the qualities? First thing is that he should be very well versed in the scriptures. What are the scriptures telling us? The scriptures are constantly telling us what Swamiji has said, what I said and I'm going to say. It is all based on scriptures. That the mind has a potential. That your real identity is not this body. Your real identity is the soul, which is eternal, which is changeless, which is taintless, which is ever brilliant, which is ever free. You must search out this real identity. It is there. You are that. Only because your mind is obscured by so many desires, expectations, likes, dislikes, that you are not able to see the self which you are. Understood? How does the mind become impure? Say there is a vessel of water and very clear water is there, very shiny vessel. When you look inside, you will be able to see your face very clearly. You have kept some pebbles or an object into that vessel and you will be able to see that object very clearly. Suppose you give a little ripple with your hand to the water, or you throw some mud. What will happen? With this water will have some ripples. The water has become muddy. So when you look, will you be able to see your mind clearly anymore? No, because there are ripples, because the water is muddy. Same thing happens to the mind. The mind, when pure, the self which we are is revealed. We are not able to realize and understand ourselves only because we have made it impure by desires, expectations, likes, dislikes and whatnot. And those agitate the mind. Just like the clear water gets ripples, the mind gets ripples of all these agitations and it gets agitated. So when the mind is agitated, the self is not revealed. It is there. It is always there, but you are not able to see it. Suppose you keep something in this room and the door is closed, or the door is such that it is opaque door. Will you be able to see it? But suppose you put a clear glass, then what will happen? You will be able to see what are the objects inside that room. It is a crude example, but it is, a relevant example. So, we used to call him Baba. He started writing to me and giving me these advices. At one point he said, as Swamiji was saying, optional thought, he said, you take an optional thought. He said, for this, a person who knows and who has known what this real identity is, who has tread the path and realized, you have to have his company. That is called initiation or diksha. So, who is a guru? I started with that. He must be very well versed in the scriptures and he will be sinless. He is not smitten by any desire. Whatever happens, Whatever comes to him, he will do it excellently well. But he is not having desire and possessiveness. He does not have clinging. It's not that he shuns. He does not shun anything. With his whole physical energy and mental energy, he'll be doing things. And his mind, because it has no desires, it is absolutely calm and quiet, which many of you want. How is it calm and quiet? It is like the flame and the fire. When there is no fuel, the fire gets extinguished. The fire becomes absolutely quiet. It will not light up anymore. Why? Because the fuel is not there. As soon as, suppose there is a lamp, we have a lamp here. You must have seen in your houses, when we light a lamp and the oil gets drained off, the fire gets extinguished. Suppose you pour a little oil again it will start. No. If the fuel is absolutely over, the flame will be extinguished, the fire will be extinguished. Similarly, in the mind, the fuel for agitation are expectations and desires. When this holy man, the Guru, he doesn't have these things, his mind is calm and tranquil. Moreover, what he is Bandhur Anamatam Satam. He is the friend of everybody who comes near him. He will always try to uplift their mind. Tell them, see, you are depressed. Why? Smile. This is your real identity. You are absolutely taintless and changeless. You try to feel that identity and you will be able to do it. It's not that you will not be able to do. You can make effort and reach that state. Whenever there is any problem, you try to be seated into that core of your heart. Tell yourself that I will not be afflicted because I am taintless. Like this he will say, and with the close and constant association, the mind starts becoming better, calmer and stabler. So Baba told me, take an optional thought. You know what was the optional thought? Actually, it is a mantra. It is generally a Sanskrit mantra, as Swamiji said. But you can take anything. As Swamiji was saying, clarity and stability, all those things. He gave me at that time, because I had not met him, he gave me a sentence to chant. That, let me be initiated into this path. So I chanted that mantra. But as Swamiji told you, sit for some time, do meditation, look into yourself. Yesterday I was telling you one sloka that if you look into yourself, you will find that fountain of joy which is not dependent on anything else. Now all our joy is dependent on what we achieve, what we attain, what we possess. But there is a joy inside which is not dependent on anything. So this is how we have to progress. And such people who have known that real identity, the I in us, which is changeless, which is eternal, which is birthless and deathless and imperishable, which is ever brilliant. Such people, you know how they walk about in this life. How will be one who has known it, who has got the stable mind, he will walk about in this manner. Kvachin mudho vidvan, kvachidapi maharaja vibhavaha, kvachid bhrantas saumyaha, kvachid ajagarachara kalitaha, kvachid patri bhutaha, kvachid avamata, kvapya viditaha, charatyevam prajyaha, satata paramananda sukhitaha. It's not that you will be able to attain this state right now. But you know, in my life, I have found when we at least hear these states, for a moment we touch that state. For a moment we are able to be like that. After that is the effort to be like that. Do you understand? Kvachinmudho vidvan, it is talking about somebody, the gurus, the saintly people, who have known how to make the mind stable. And who knows that I am not this body, I am the soul eternal. There is no change in me. If there is no change, how can I become afflicted? It will be ever happy, ever free, ever expanded. Kvachinmudho vidvan, so he looks at life as it comes. As it comes he does. He doesn't look for anything particular. Even if he looks for anything particular, he will put his whole effort into it, but whatever happens, he will accept the results equally. Kvachinmudho vidvan, so sometimes people think, oh, this is a very foolish person. He will behave like that. Sometimes he will be considered to be very, very scholarly, vidwan. When he talks, lot of scholarliness is there. Kvachidapi maharaja vibhavaha. Sometimes he'll walk about like a regal and royal person, nicely dressed. Kvachid bhranta saumyaha. Sometimes he will be just like a mad person, laughing and laughing, laughing and laughing, or just sitting somewhere. Saumyaha, absolutely quiet, serene he will be. When you look at him, you get that serenity gets transferred to you. Kvachid bhranta saumyaha, kvachid ajagarachara kalitaha. And sometimes he will sit, he doesn't want anything, he doesn't want anything at all. If somebody offers him food, he will take it. There are many sannyasis like that. They sit somewhere. If food is offered, then they take food. If you ask him, will you take food or do you want food? They will not reply because they don't want. But suppose you say, shall I bring some food for you? Then they may say, if you bring with Shraddha and Bhakti, I may take. There are people like this in North India, in Himalayas, in Rishikesh, Haridwar. You will find many sannyasis like this. How? How have they taken to life like this? Because the mind is like that. So, whenever you are hearing this, you should not think that you have to become a sannyasin and then experience that. In your life, are you like this? Are we not always grumbling? Suppose what comes by chance, we are not happy. If we have got a very good dress, somebody has gifted, but you will find out some kind of mistake or something, oh, the color is not nice. He or she should have understood that this will not suit me. Always the mind is grumbling and finding fault. So, kvachid bhranta saumyaha, kvachid ajagarachara kalitaha, kvachid patri bhutaha, kvachid avamata. Patri bhutaha. Sometimes people will honor him, give garlands. Say our Swamiji was going for these lectures. He was garlanded. Similarly, many will garland him, many will give him so many offerings and make him feel honored. But sometimes some will not understand who he is. Many times when we take Swamiji to some hospitals or others, who knows him? Nobody knows him, so they will behave like a general person. Kvachid avamata kvapya viditaha. And he is not known to anybody. But in spite of all this, charatyevam prajnaha satata paramananda sukhitaha. His life is like this. But what is his in mind? Prajnaha. Prajna means one who has known. He charati, that is, he moves about. Satata. Satata means always. Paramananda. Paramananda means supreme bliss. Sukhitaha. He is happy with this supreme bliss. He is full with supreme bliss. Whatever comes, let it come. Whatever goes, let it go. He has lot of fervor to do good for the humanity. Only with that and reliance on God he lives, always happy, always blissful. Kaupinam shatakhanda jartaram kantha punastadrishi naischintam nirapeksha bhaikshamashanam nidrashmashane vane स्वातन्त्रेण निरङ्कुशं विहरणं स्वान्तं प्रशान्तं सदा स्थैर्यं योगमहोत्सवेऽपि च यदि त्रैलोक्यराज्येन किम्. Do you like to hear? Sound itself is good. The Sanskrit words. I did not know any Sanskrit. At one time, I had read a little bit in the school, but very, very little. So at one time, Swamiji told me, he gave me a small booklet and told me, you can try learning these slokas. So I started, and I used to get headache because I couldn't pronounce. And I did not know where to break what. It would be long, sometimes long words. But this is what I would like to emphasize. Effort. I made effort. And I think that is how I'm able to chant like this now. It's nothing that cannot be done. Our Sally, she's from Australia. She's Sanskrit, beautifully Sanskrit verses. She has made effort. It's not that you cannot do. Anything in the world we can do with effort. We have to have the yearning to do it. So, Kaupinam Sartakhanda Jajjarataram, this again talks about this stable-minded man. He doesn't want anything. You know, those who have realized, they don't want anything. They want only what? They want to be always dwelling in the thought of God or the self. And how will they think of God and self always? They then start finding God in everything. See, if we sit for meditation or we go to temples, what will happen? We go near a deity, we do our worship only for that much period. You may be having some devotional disciplines in the house also, only for some period, half an hour, 1 hour maximum. After that what? After that you get into interaction. And what is interaction? Mind gets bothered. So, how to become stable? How to become poised? How to become happy and blissful? So you have to see that God or the self which is eternal and universal and imperishable in everything. Every activity, every thought, every word should become divine. I'm saying should become divine. The next is you can make it divine. It is not that you cannot. Only thing you have to think, I have to do it. I have to do it. Why is it that I am not able to do? Once I asked Swamiji that this is always heard that one has to see God everywhere. How do I see God everywhere? Because I am interacting with people, I am interacting with many people whom I do not like. Our day will be interacting with people whom we dislike and like. Situations which are favorable and unfavorable. So how do we find God in everything? You know what he told me? He said, okay, you are in my room. When you enter my room, what is your thought? So I said, I think that this is Swamiji's room. What do you think when you look at my table? This is Swamiji's table, I replied. This is Swamiji's pen, this is Swamiji's book, this is Swamiji's chappal, these are Swamiji's other items. So I am looking at everything, what I am thinking, these are Swamiji's. Similarly, say in your house also, you enter the room of your brother, sister, mother, children, you will be thinking of them, looking at their items. So in the world, knowing that this creation is God's or the Creator. If you do not want to think of a particular God, it is the Creator's creation. You have to think about Him. When you look at the table, the first thought should be that, oh, beautiful table. We'll say beautiful table. But do we ever think that, oh, everything is created by the Creator actually? When we go to the garden and see a beautiful flower, the first thought which should come is such a beautiful flower. So many kinds are there. Such beautiful variety of colors are there. And from the same earth they are growing. Who has made it? How vast He is. How magnanimous He is. And who is He? What is my relationship with Him? Such kind of thoughts you can make a habit, Try to make a habit, then it becomes your system. So, Kaupinam Shatakhanda Jartaram, I was saying that he doesn't want anything. Any noble person, holy person, saintly person who has become fulfilled, his Kaupinam, the loincloth, may be very, very torn. He won't look for another one unless somebody gives him. Kaupinam Shatakhanda Jartaram. Shatakhandam is 100 pieces. Completely tattered. Kantha punas tadrishi. And he has one small piece of cloth to cover himself. When it is cold, he will cover himself. The condition of that also is similar. Full of 100 tears. Naischintam nirapeksha bhaiksha mashanam. But he, he still is nischinta, without any worry. Without any worry means he doesn't feel, oh, will I get food? Will I get cloth? Will I have this? Will I have that? He is absolutely worry free. Naischintam nirapeksha bhaiksha mashanam. He doesn't look for anything, no food. And they just, whatever comes, he takes food. Naischintam nirapeksha bhaiksha mashanam nidrashmashane vane. I think you can look at me, the two girls. We are looking at some notebook and discussing something. So, Naischintam nirapeksha bhaiksha mashanam. So whatever comes, they take food. Nidrash mashane vane. Wherever they find place, they eat, they sleep. Either in the cremation ground or in a forest. How do you relate it to yourself? Just think, if the bed is not all right, if the pillow is not all right, if the place is not all right, how much we grumble. I'm always saying that these slokas, you cannot be that. You cannot take to that life unless you choose to be. But you can relate it to yourself. Are we not grumbling by whatever we do not get? We are getting everything, but still we are grumbling. Nidrashmashane vane swatantrena nirankusham viharanam, and freely he wanders about. Swantam prashantam sada, without worry, he is roaming about without looking for anything. If anything comes, he will enjoy it. But how is his mind? Swantam, always inside, looking into his own self, seating there, having the seat there. That is, sitting inside on the indweller, the inner self. He is constantly seated there. He doesn't get afflicted or agitated by the external things. Swamiji showed you two slides. The external things, we think that the external things are making us afflicted. But where are the external things? If you make an effort, let anything happen in the externals, you can sit quietly, calmly, firmly with resolve in your own inside. See, now what he says, Prashantam Sada, because he does so, he is Prashanta. Prashanta means unfathomable. There is you cannot see how deep it is. the quietness of the mind. Mind is not agitated. And he says, Stairyam yoga mahotsave pichayadi trailokya rajyena kim. And that kind of a person, he is so stable-minded in this state that he feels that even if I get the three worlds, so much of kingdom, the heaven, the earth and the patala, what will happen to me? I do not want anything. What a freedom is that! These slokas are chanted only to tell us that this kind of a freedom of mind you can enjoy. At least hearing that, you must have a quest. Can I enjoy? Can I enjoy this? Will I have it? And how to have it? Now, how to have it is the question. I don't know how much serious you are, how many of you feel. In my life I have seen, whenever any good virtue I have heard, I felt that I must have it. I might not have got it, but the feeling has been, I think most of us want to be good. Nobody wants to be bad. Everybody wants good qualities. But with how what fervor you want, with what sincerity and seriousness you want, that is the question. So, our Shastras say, to attain this state of stable-mindedness, you must have a fourfold pursuit. Time is not there, but I'll tell you, we have talked to you about the self, we have talked to you about the stable-minded state, but as I told you, if you have heard it today, you cannot achieve it tomorrow. Just like I took the example of a small child wanting to become a pilot or an engineer, so many years of studies and training he has to have to really get to that state. Similarly, for us also, we have to go through the pursuit to have and attain. And that pursuit should be under a realized person who knows the path. Suppose from here you want to go to Kerala and you know the path, you can guide another person. But if suppose somebody asks me who I do not know how to go to Kerala, and I feel that I can guide, then the person who has asked me will never reach Kerala. So you have to take the guidance from somebody who has tread the path, who knows the difficulties of the path, who knows the obstacles of the path, and can take you in a shorter time and shorter method to that destination. That is why the close association of a saintly person is absolutely necessary. But alas, like this we keep on talking, but nobody keeps touch with the saintly person who has given them lectures or exposed them. So Swamiji has exposed them to a height. But very few will keep touch. Because why are they not keeping touch? Because that yearning is not that much. Yearning is lacking. When the yearning becomes strong, that the heart cries, and the heart will try to find out somebody who can guide you. So just by listening to this, you are exposed. You know that you can do it. You can do it, but you have to have your own effort in doing so. So this fourfold pursuit says that you must introspect every moment. Introspect. What is the introspection? That what is good for me, supremely good for me, and lastingly good for me, and what is not. What is short-lived. So any action, any thought, any word spoken, you have to see whether it is good for you or not. Suppose you have now, after hearing all these things, you have made a routine that I will sit for 20 or 25 minutes every day at this time and look into myself. Because Swamiji said that will help us to understand myself. You are very keen on it. You try to do it. But what happens? Others do not know, your friends and relatives or house people. They will come and disturb you at that time. So you have to understand. They will say, friends will say, let us go. Let us go to that restaurant and have some coffee or have some food. Now earlier you were going. Now you have to introspect whether at that moment you should go or not go. If you go, that day's meditation is gone. So whether you will go and take some food in the midst of friends and spend that time, or you will try to do the meditation what has been told to you. You understand? It needs lot of self-discipline, dridha nischaya, resolve that I will do. Similarly, there are many things told, like say you have to always find divinity and spirituality in everything. See, I got a sheet today, they gave me a sheet in which it is said that how to balance the material and spiritual life. I think I am saying this only. That when you take to a resolve that, yes, I have been exposed to this, I want to make my mind peaceful, happy, blissful, stable, then I have to have a routine every day. What are the routine? Take out in only half an hour from your time and sit with yourself. You read a good book. Always you may not get a holy person to interact with, but you may get like-minded people, or you may get a group who is discussing these things. So you go there, you meet with them, talk to them, or in the absence of anything, you read a good book where talk about the mind, talk about the self, all those are written. At least for that time, you are in the association of spiritual words, which will lift your mind up. To do that, you have to take out some time. For that, what you have to do? You have to see where you are wasting your time. Lot of time is wasted in vain talk. The talk and discussions that we can do in maybe 5 to 10 minutes will linger on for half an hour to 45 minutes. Don't say that time is not there. Time is there. And you must find that time out and do all these practices. This association with saintly people and association with spiritual words and thoughts is absolutely necessary if you want to have stable-mindedness. Many people in this world, they look to be very poised, they are very stable, they are able to take clear decisions. They have gone up in their career, no doubt. But unless you have this seatedness in the self, know this, that the real identity is not the body, it is the self which gives you clarity, stability. You will not be able to retain it ever and ever. What will you do? So, how to balance the material and spiritual life? Find spirituality in everything. Everything that you do. Try to give a color of spirituality. Even if it is washing clothes, folding them, going to the market, going to the office, think that this is the responsibility that has been given to me, and even if I dislike, I will do it excellently well because I can do it, and that is my real nature. My real nature is excellence in everything, so I should be able to do it. My real nature is unaffectedness. Even most of the work we do with lot of dislike. Very few things are there which we like and we do. Most of the things we do not want to do. We procrastinate. Tomorrow, tomorrow, tomorrow. And we will do tomorrow, tomorrow, but we will expect the children to do at the same time. We'll preach them that you must finish this or you must read this, etc., etc. But what example do we show them? They are seeing parents are procrastinating. So they also learn the same thing. So be what you are. That is what you said. It is said, it is said, if you want to become liberated, be stable. That is, like nectar, you should worship these qualities. What are the qualities? Shama, Arjava, Daya, Tosha, Satyam. Kshama is forgivingness. Daya is being kind to people. Arjava is straightforwardness. Tosha is contentment. And Satyam is truthfulness. Kshama, you can write forgivingness. Forgivingness, straightforwardness, kindness, contentment, truthfulness. Like nectar you worship. The sloka says actually that a king is asking, those days kings used to go to the saints and ask them questions. How to rule the country. And unless the kings had a stable mind, how will he do the ruling? In a neutral manner. He cannot have bias. He should not be blameful. He should not be criticizing. He should not be liking somebody and disliking somebody. So to do very proper ruling, they had to develop their mind. So they would go to the saints and ask them questions. So King Janaka went to Ashtavakra saint, Rishi Ashtavakra, and asked a question. Please tell me how I can have the knowledge by which I can rule properly. He says, O Raja, O King, if you want to have liberation, that is stable-mindedness, unaffectedness, fearlessness, if you want to have that, worship these few qualities like you would nectar. Like everybody would like to have nectar, which will make you immortal. So, Amrita, like Amrita you worship. What are the qualities, these qualities? What is that? Forgivingness. If we can forgive, the mind will be quiet. We are not able to forgive. Not that we punish always, but constantly we are blaming and fault finding. Is it not? Is it not? Always. So forgiving. Then Arjava. Arjava is straightforwardness. You must be open, transparent. Never hide anything. And be transparent and be straightforward. What you want to do, you do. Say what are the example that I was telling you, that you have decided to do meditation, but now old friends, they do not know that you have chosen to take this discipline. Now they will come and ask you to go somewhere. So be straightforward. Don't have any shame or feeling that, I'll be commented upon, they will rebuke me. So be straightforward and say, I have been wanting to have stable-mindedness. I listened to some lectures. I thought that I make a resolve to at least try to pursue it. And this is what I have decided. Tell it openly. So openness and transparency is a quality which one must have. Kindness to people. And then Santosha, contentment, I have talked extensively yesterday. And truthfulness. Be truthful to yourself. Absolutely truthful. You should make a spiritual diary. Every day write about your mind. Being truthful. I used to write. I would not cut anything. Whatever came to my pen and that is my mind, whatever came to my mind, I would write. I'll never cross anything. Not trying to show to people that I'm something which I'm not. Do you understand? That is truthfulness. Be truthful. Truthful first of all to yourself. How will you be truthful to yourself? I said, the first target in life and goal in life, self-realization or stable-mindedness, will come slowly. You have to go step by step. The first target in your life should be to purify yourself. What is the purity? There are desirable qualities, undesirable qualities. What are the desirable qualities? All these that I told just now. Also, tolerance, patience, love, sacrifice. All those are desirable qualities. Seeing everybody in the same way, trying to feel for people. These are all desirable qualities. What are the undesirable qualities? Criticism, fault finding, hatred, dislike, injuring others by words or physically. All these are undesirable qualities. Even if sometimes we do not really physically hit somebody, the mind wants to hit. Even that should be removed. So there we should be true to yourself. Oh, my mind is thinking like that. It's something very bad. I should remove it. So the first goal, what you take from here today is first goal for you who are first exposed to these lectures should be to become pure and purer and proceed on the path. Then only, as I said, when the mind is non-agitated, when beautiful qualities have come to your mind and the mind becomes non-agitated, you will find this state of stable-mindedness just comes forth, reveals itself, and you will be surprised that, oh, how did I get it? This is how. I think time is over. So, as time is over, one question: how to prioritize when making decisions and achieve quality outcomes? Somebody has written. This prioritizing should be whatever makes your mind expanded. When we take wrong decisions, the mind becomes constricted. But when we are able to take the right decisions, the priority decisions, the mind becomes very expanded. Suppose you have a very important job in office, you have to do that. If anything else comes at that time, unless it is absolutely urgent, like somebody has fallen sick, you have to take him to the hospital, like that. Anything coming, that is a disturbance. So you have to prioritize whether you will do that work at that time or procrastinate. You will find that when you take a right decision, the mind will immediately expand. Many times when you go shopping, you may find something very attractive, you feel that, oh, let me buy. But then you will think that, no, I have got these things. Once you take a decision, then no, it's not necessary actually. I have got. You will find the mind is expanded and becomes free. Like this, you have to take the decision only to watchword. Whatever makes your mind expanded, that is actually good for you. Whatever makes you constricted is not good. Okay? So, we'll stop now. Swamiji will come now. You have to call Swamiji. So, any questions? Huh? We can. Yes. Any questions you have? I don't know. I just talked whatever came to the mind. Whether it has been useful. As I told you, all these things cannot be talked to in this short time, and it needs time. So many things have to be told. Everything is related. How you can go about. If you come closer to us and have one-to-one dialogues, you can tell actually what is becoming difficult for you. The actual real cases where your mind becomes agitated, or which are the things which you are finding difficult to face, then it can be sorted out. You can be told the further steps. That is very, very important. Any question? No question. Not good students. Yes.
Ma, I just want to know something about belief in faith. Is that something that you can comment about that?
I don't understand what exactly you are saying. Belief and faith means in
Faith.
what?
Faith. For example, if any problem comes, our mind will automatically, sometime people also can come and say to us is maybe the faith that you have to go through all this.
Oh, faith. Okay.
So I just want to know some opinion from your side.
You may not call it fate, but it is true that what comes in your life, you have to face it, you have to assimilate it, and take it in such a manner that you are not afflicted. Some people may call that it is a fate, so you have to go through it, it has happened to you. These are the causes. But you may or may not think that. What's better is to think that anything good or bad may happen to me. It has happened to me. What has happened and why it has happened, I will not go behind that. What now I have to see is that it should not cause any kind of misery in me, affliction in me. For that, whatever is to be done in my mind, I'll do that. You understand? We consider it in that manner. Always, what is the why of the thing we do not go into? It has happened. But why is it that my mind is getting so afflicted? That should take the focus. And whatever is necessary to quieten the mind, to be peaceful again, you do that. In all this, all our scriptures say, Shastra and Guru Vakya, you must have a belief. What is that? Shastra and Guru Vakya. Whatever the scriptures are saying and what are the Gurus are saying. Gurus are saying what? They will only say and explain what the Shastras are saying. Shastras are written in, Sanskrit slokas. And not explanation is not given. What the Gurus will do, they will explain those slokas and make it relevant for your life. So unless you have enough belief and faith that what I'm hearing from the mouth of a knower, you cannot follow that. So that right in the beginning, you have to have that faith.